House Merriam, and welcome to another Daily Digest video. Today I am playing Naya Allies. This is a nice little eclectic company deck. I'm going to try to put a bunch of allies into play with the new Lord, Metallic Mimic, which we see in our opening hand here. And it's a pretty solid hand. We don't have a 1-drop, but there actually aren't a ton in this deck. There's only 8, and we have our best 2-drop, or one of our best 2-drops. And then hopefully we can either hit a 1-mana creature and a Bushwhacker on turn 3, maybe with Path of Blocker, and then collect a company on 4. So I will keep opponents on the play, see what they're up to. Blackleaf Cliffs, Faithless Looting, dredging me. Okay, well, let's bring up the graveyard. See what's going on. Oh, they're Goriosing me. Borborygmos. Already discarded the Borborygmos. So, given that my opponent could just kill me next turn, I want to hold up the path, so I'll just play this fetch. And then see what happens. I don't think they will just Gorios this Borborygmos, unless they have a ton of lands in their hand. Yep, just another Faithless Looting. Okay. What else we got? Please don't Gristlebrand, because I really want to tap out on turn 2. After that, I think I can more reasonably hold up the path, but I do not want to have to hold it up next turn. And I don't think I will, even if they discard Gristlebrand. Cathartic Reunion, Gora's Vengeance. Okay. That I can accept. This one, yeah, goes to creature or player. You mill the top 3 and put all lands into your hand. So I'm going to fetch, play Cavern, play Mimic. I'll be at 19. This attacks me. Oh, it's a 7-6, not a 6-7. That's actually important. That'll bring me to 12. It actually only needs 4 lands in hand to kill me, but I think that's pretty difficult for this deck. They have a low land count. So I will, I guess, get a dual land because I can. No. And oh, that was actually bad, I think. I'll probably end up having an untapped land next turn anyway, but I think I just should have gotten plains. I could have potentially held up Path Exile on turn 3 without taking a shock. And I don't think any other consideration is as big as that. But no harm, no foul. Gotta make my spell uncounterable. Very important. Clicking. I'm clicking. I'm clicking. Well, I don't know what is going on with Moto there, but I'll just act all this. We'll name ally. Doubt my opponent has a counter spell for single black. Or the mental spell snare. That would be a good card. Knight's Whisper, okay. Given how quickly he tapped 2 mana, I thought I might be getting Gorios there, and he just had the lands. This thing doesn't trample, right? Yeah. I don't think so. Oh, it does. Oh, Jesus. It just does everything. Hairbest Druid is very good, and is going to be my play this turn. It sort of supercharges all your draws, so I assume my opponent has to have a Gorios in hand. I think they're just trying to dig for lands there and realize that they have the time. I assume that they will try to just kill my stuff once I go to Path, but I think that's fine because I have Collect a Company to rebuild. So, and I'll Path the Borborygmos with the trigger on the stack, so he doesn't get the extra lands from the trigger before the Borborygmos, to pitch to the Borborygmos at least. Is this a flashback? Ugh. Just has 2 Simian Spirit Guides and through the breach was digging for a 3rd land. Well, yep, I do have Path up, so that's not. Oh, this is actually. Well, rather than take 15, I'll let you gain 15. And because it won't die, he's not going to get any worms, so I feel pretty good. Oh, it's not Swords to Plowshares, it's Path Exile. Yeah, of course you don't gain 15. Man, what am I thinking? And now my opponent might just be dead. So, Whew. I think what I want to do is play a Metallic Mimic, then play a Reckless Bushwhacker, put the Bushwhacker trigger on the stack, tap Druid for 4, and play Collected Company. And I'm not going to do the math out first. I'm pretty sure these just could die unless my Collected Company is very bad. Ally and Surge. And make green and play Collected Company. And that's a tiny window. So I have a Bushwhacker, a Blade Master, and a Free Blade. And the Free Blade will be a 2, and so will the Bushwhacker. It doesn't really matter. Let's just show them all these things. Yeah, any order for that Coco. And let's put these triggers on the stack. And now let's yield a bunch. And is this a lot? I can't tell. Attack you for 22. Oh, gotta go through first strike first. Well, so killed our opponent on turn 4, which is quite nice. And our opponent had, I guess, turn 4 themselves through the breach into 15-15. And then they could have Goryo's Borborygmos, but we had Path to Exile up on turns 1 and 3, so I feel pretty good about that game. Just the one disruption and a really fast clock was enough. And now we get to bring in Rest in Peace. And Rest in Peace is great. Dromoka's command is very poor, as is Ondu Cleric. Our life total really doesn't matter much in this matchup, and I think Kabir Evangelist is better than Firemantle Mage. We can potentially protect our things from a Borborygmos or maybe Lightning Bolt or Anchor of the Gods if our opponent has that in the sideboard. Maybe Suppression Field is good too, actually. So our opponent's usually light on mana when they put a creature into play. And if they put Borborygmos or Gristlebrand into play, which are their main creatures, and they can't activate them, then obviously they are not nearly as effective. So the Suppression Field can almost act like a double Time Walk. They need to have 2 more mana unless their creature is exactly Worldspine Worm, which is the one that's most vulnerable to Path to Exile. I'm going to try Suppression Field. I want to see how this plays out. So we have to bring out 2 more cards. If we bring out 2 creatures, we'll be down to 27, which I think is still enough to have 4 Collected Companies in our deck. I want to keep in... I think that means I'm going to cut Kabir Evangels. It is true that we can protect our creatures with Collected Company from various things, but that's not going to come up that often. It was more just the best of some bad options. Suppression Field is a better option there. So, they will likely be on the play again. I just want to draw more Erebez Druid. I've played a few matches with this deck, and every game I've untapped with Druid has been a complete slaughter. It is just so powerful, and it adds 2 or 3 mana very consistently, and there it is. So, game. We got a bunch of Collected Companies. We don't have any disruption, but I don't think we can mulligan a hand like this. If we draw a Suppression Field or a Rest in Peace, we can play it. So I'm just going to keep and hope to race my opponent or draw a piece of disruption. They have mulligan to 6. We'll probably have them dead on turn 4 again. Play this tapped. Very unlikely that our opponent goes off this turn. There's no real point in bluffing Path to Exile. They put a card on top. Let's decrease that window, shall we? Ooh, another Erebez Druid. Okay. Well, now comes the time where we sort of have to hope we're not dead. Oh, not dead yet. Gonna need to sweat one more turn. Unless we draw a Rest in Peace here, that would be great. My guess is our opponent is expecting Rest in Peace, though, so... I'm going to play Blade Master and Erebez Druid here. Yeah, and then I can leave up the Temple Garden actually and bluff Path to Exile. So let's play the ally encampment, cast this, and then next turn we should be able to do some good things. Sure, let's yield to these things. And green mana, Harvest Druid. Use that ability and pass a turn. One more turn where I sort of have to hope he doesn't have it. Where is this scry going? It's a good sign that he's still digging. Could be trying to set up a Faithful Suiting here and needs to find the creature. We'll scrying a creature to the bottom. Oh, scries to the bottom and passes. That is great news. Okay. Maybe he has Through the Breach for next turn or something like that. Ooh. That I like too. I'm inclined actually to just play Kabira Evangel and then play Collected Company off of one Druid and leave up the other Druid to accompany on my opponent's turn. Because it's unlikely that we kill our opponent this turn. We have to cast the Bushwhacker to give everything haste. We'd have to find a bunch of Battleslingers. I guess I can make that judgment after I play the first company. If I find one or two Battleslingers off the first one, we can reassess. So let's name ally. I guess I can also, I could play Battleslinger, make 4 mana, bounce it, floating 3, play it again. That's just going to make this a 2, this a 5, and Slinger eventually a 2. Yeah, that's only 9. So, yeah, let's go white, white, white. Is this going to be impossible again? No. Benevolent Moto. Go ahead, try to counter my Kabira Evangel. Yield to all my triggers. I guess we'll name red, I guess. And green mana. Collected Company. Well, that is Metallic Mimic Battleslinger, which is even better. So I'm definitely, or I guess Bushwhacker actually has haste. So Bushwhacker plus Battleslinger, everything gets +2. This becomes a 6, and we have a 6, a 3, and a 4. Yeah, he's just dead. We'll just take a. Oh my God, this deck. So many triggers. Let's put them on the stack, I guess. And I don't want to yield to these because I actually want to collect a company in response to them. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll let these resolve. And is he dead just to this 10, 13 plus this one? I don't think he has anything. So, and yeah, I guess we'll. Oh, I've already auto yielded to these. I should stop yielding. So we have to let one resolve. We'll name black. So all these things are at least per red and black. And let's make red now, and then float 3 red, play this Collected Company. There we go. This is good. Oh, another Reckless Bushwhacker. Sure. And Blade Master, also fine. They can go back in any order. This is so many triggers. Sure. Sure. This is just monstrously absurd. Oh, now I should start yielding these. He's just a red and black deck still. I'm just going to keep naming red and black. So the new creatures get protection. And does he realize he's dead yet when I have 4 of these triggers? Let's name black again. think he's just making me play it out. Oh, now I can yield to these as well. So many clicks. They all have, let's name green, I guess. Hopefully I don't get fogged or something. If he has darkness, that would be gross. But I doubt that. And not like I can do anything about it. Bunch of things on the stack again. Aw, man, where'd you go? So I was getting this to a 15, and I was getting how big did the Bushwhacker got pumped by both of these battles by this Battleslinger twice, 4, 5, 6 times. So this was an 8, and this was a 7, and this is going to be a 3. So 33 I was attacking for. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Uh, yeah, I said that the Harabez Druid draws were bonkers, and they were. They both killed turn 4 even without a 1-drop, and turn 4 easily. My opponent was unable to race me. You would think a matchup like this would favor the combo deck that you can execute its combo on turn 2 or 3, but one, this is not as a reliable of combo deck, and 2, they don't actually kill you when they do it on turn 3, so or turn 2 or 3. So you can actually untap it and get an extra turn, and sometimes if the deck has an explosive enough draw, it can be enough to overcome an attack with a Gristlebrand or make some 5/5s with Worldspine Worm. Maybe if they kill your board with Borborygmos, it can be tough to win, but then you probably have more time to recover. They haven't drawn any extra cards. They haven't dealt you a ton of damage, so matchup is probably not as bad as I had initially thought when I saw what deck I was playing against, and Harabez Druid definitely pulled its weight. So I hope you enjoyed seeing me put about 75 triggers in the stack. I certainly enjoyed doing it, and you can come back and see me on Monday. Bye.